I think for all of the people inside Etsy Kings, they'd be interested in knowing this. Coming into 2024, what are your plans moving forward with Etsy Kings? If you've thought about it. You might not have thought about it.
So I thought about everything, mate.
Oh, yeah? Is it?
Everything's planned out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking this guy.
Right, everything's planned out. Do you know who I am? I'm top C, dude. Etsy King. Nah. So obviously I have a bunch of plans, right? We've obviously planned a bunch of stuff over the past couple of days, and we have a bunch of cool things. So obviously we won't go into detail. We'll share the stuff with the Etsy Kings guys as and when stuff comes up. But there's a lot more cool stuff to do with Etsy, and I think this year especially, a lot of people have made a lot of money in Q4. That was the kind of consensus in Mexico. A lot of people made a lot of money.
It kind of shocked me how much. Like, I knew people were going to make money, obviously, but it kind of almost shocked me at how much money.
Success rate is very high.
Yeah.
Compared to like any other course and stuff that I've seen, is like success rate is very, very high. So obviously that's a super good thing. Honestly, that's a testament to obviously my materials, but also the other community. I think
the community aspect is very good in Etsy Kings. And
I always say the community.
We can't almost can't take credit for it, right? It's grown itself to some degree. Obviously, you've influenced it a lot.
No. Yeah, it's the members that make the community.
Completely.
Obviously, it's because of the content I put out. I'm not a dickhead, so then non-dickheads join, and so that's part of it. And I think I obviously instill good values in the group and stuff like this. But it's like the community members, the key community members, there's like 15, right?
Yeah.
And those are the guys that kind of trickle down all the kind of responsibilities, the ways to act, the way to treat other people, things like this, right? And people just know how to network. Obviously, I've taught people how to speak to others, right? And actually get benefit, right?
Yeah.
Because I needed to know that when I was fucking first getting into the
networking space.
Getting into networking, online money and all that kind of nerd shit. So what's the question? Etsy Kings things. There's a lot more stuff that I want to add. I want to basically turn Etsy Kings into just every single piece of information that I know about e-commerce online and earning money online.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to turn it to everything, right? Obviously, it's called Etsy Kings. But whatever, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter, right? I just want to put everything in there. Like, the guys have trusted me, obviously, to teach them about things, teach them my knowledge. And obviously, there's a lot of trust to pay me money to join a fucking program, some random fucking guy online. Like, it's a lot of trust. So I want to repay that by giving them literally every single piece of information that I fucking know. So that's what I'm going to do. And we just released like a bunch of extra videos the other day. And we're really going to stick to like the weekly uploads. I think that's one thing that I want to do, like weekly extra videos inside of the course.
Yeah.
Not just going to the Etsy route, because we have like 70 Etsy videos. Like, I don't really know what else we can add at this point.
That's the thing. It's
obviously there's updates, but
there's
it's like
a couple of leaks and there's obviously updates, but really and truly, it's kind of perfect, right?
yeah, but it will change. Obviously, that's why
And
we
we
do the
adapt,
weekly updates. That's why we
obviously.
do the private course, things like this.
Yeah.
But it's all podcast. I don't just sell fucking Etsy Kings, but people join if they want to join. But yeah, like it's more kind of just adding every single piece of information I know, obviously about brand building and all this kind of stuff is the main effort. But also really want to do loads of meetups. I really like meetups.
I love the meetups. Yeah, we just came from
a lot of people don't care about them, but a lot of people
No,
like them a lot.
but you haven't been to one, so you don't know, right? Like, the meetups are sick.
Yeah, they're good. They're honestly very surprisingly good. If you think about it, just a bunch of random guys that are like from the ages of probably, 18's the youngest guy that came this time?
Yes.
Right? 18 to what?
No, 17.
17.
17, yeah.
Basically 18, a couple months, but
Yeah.
17 and a half.
Was he claiming that?
No, but when he said his age, he was like, oh yeah, I'm like 18 in 3 months.
Oh,
So,
yeah, it's like, yeah,
right.
But I mean,
But it was like ages range the meetups like massively as well. That's one thing that maybe people understand, maybe people don't, right? It's not just a bunch of fucking idiot 18-year-olds screaming and shouting.
No.
Its range is really from 18. How old was the oldest member that came? Like 30 something?
came, 35.
36. Super wide range, right?
Yeah.
But everyone's kind of, I suppose, a bit younger at heart. Everyone's just not stuck up and just not fucking boring.
But at the end of the day, you've all got one thing in common as well.
That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing. You can click so easily. Like, it doesn't matter. I can click with a 50-year-old if I'm talking about Etsy. I can click with a fucking...
I have, like, you know.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
Like,
There's members in Etsy Kings that are
I think
lot
our
older than
oldest
us, yeah.
member is 60 plus. I'm not sure how old, but 60 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, it doesn't really matter how old you are.
Yeah. And even to come to the meetups.
Literally.
We had a couple of the... who was the oldest guy that came to the Manchester one? Must have been like 50, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how old he was.
Well,
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. I'm saying it's a super wide range, but they're super fun, and we have got a bunch of cool ones. Next one is Albania.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the official statement of it. There you go.
I'm not
Albania.
fucking official statement. Like, people give a fuck. We'll put it, yeah. It's Albania next, which is going to be super good. So now we've done Mexico.
Well, it has to be a new play. The boys in Mexico are making a joke that Craig will only do an event in a country that he hasn't been to yet. So,
Not country, but like city, yeah.
city that you haven't been to.
Like a new experience,
Yeah. So Albania's the next one. That'll be
Yeah.
cool. That'll be super.
Yeah, Albania's like the fuck. Like,
I know
why
you
go
don't.
to
I know you
fucking
don't want to
Albania?
spend this whole podcast talking about Etsy Kings, but I've got one more question about that.
Okay.
Um,
I just fear the viewer attention just
going down. What have
They're
been?
not telling me how to avoid Etsy bans. Like,
What are the biggest surprises you've had with Etsy Kings with the group? Like, how has it evolved from what it was when you started to what it is today?
Sharm asked me this the other day.
Oh, is it? Okay, we can.
I don't know.
can cut
But no, we'll keep this in. No, we won't keep this in. Yes, we will keep this in. Biggest surprises I've had with Etsy Kings, honestly, is the amount the communities actually come together around one thing, right? I was very, very surprised. I don't know, not surprised like is like a weird word. I said the same answer before, but it's like surprised like the weird word. It's like nothing really surprises me. Not really shocked by anything, to be honest.
Yeah. Almost numb to it.
Bro, yeah, just go with the flow, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the community is like the best thing I think's happened. Like the happy, good thing. I'm glad it worked out kind of the way that I imagined it to work out. Is like I started it for the community, and I've made a massive thing about the community. Even though I think there are a lot of people that join that just don't give a fuck, and it's not really like a necessary.
It's their decision, right?
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think the community is the best thing that's come out of it, and I think the events. I think the events are the best thing. There is no other e-commerce group on the planet that does events like that and gets the numbers we get as well.
No, that is true.
No
That
other,
is
no
very
other
true.
group on the planet, and also actually has the chemistry, right? Because you
Yeah.
think e-commerce meet up in person, it sounds like it's gonna be a bunch of fucking nerds sat in the
Nerds,
room.
yeah, talking
But
about
Mexico
numbers.
was genuinely like that night out was probably one of the best days of my life. Like we did so many things in the day.
Yeah, we were
did
talking
so
about
many-
this earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about it. It was the Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So we woke up and we did the conference for like
Yep.
3-4 hours, spoke to everyone, had a bunch of fun, talked a bunch of game, talked a bunch about Shopify, talked a bunch about Etsy.
Yeah.
And then we went and ran,
A podcast or a video?
no, like a video with Sal, which is like an hour and a half video.
All of the guys' house. There was like 10 guys.
Yeah, it was
staying
like 10
together.
guys and staying in this beautiful house. It was so much fun. And then we started drinking a bit, and we went out.
And then we kind of met a couple of other people, and then
and
we were all together.
It was like about 30 of us in this one random, like really shitty bar. It's like a backpacker bar.
It got filling up though after we had been in
Yeah.
there, like big.
And we bought about 100 beers. Well, I bought about 100 beers.
Yeah.
And then like there was girls flashing their tits, people like jumping in the pool, and we were playing beer
like,
pong
on
for
the
ages.
table, pouring shots in people's
Yeah.
mouths.
Like we were spinning this big wheel thing.
apparently there was
and-
almost a fight. I don't really remember the night.
No, there was like almost a couple of fights.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I don't know.
Apparently, I was a bit drunk. Apparently, every time there was a fight, I was like running over there, and then one of the guys had to distract me with something more interesting, so I wouldn't just start punching. But yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, no,
Super
it was
good
like
day.
so much fun. But if you think about it, like most of these guys, to be honest, about probably 40-50% of them have met each other before, but
Yeah.
because they've come to previous ones. But that's also good as well because then there's also that and everyone's friendly. But it's like a group of like 30 guys, completely different ages, completely from
Different
US
backgrounds,
guys, from
yeah.
Europe, from Australia, from everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So they all come together, and then because you have that kind of one thing in common, like you're all doing Etsy.
It's created this
just kind
chemistry
of
and camaraderie
creates a really
around.
cool chemistry, and it's
Yeah.
just everyone just fucks with each other, and just everyone's super nice. Everyone's just having dinner with each other. Loads of boys are staying with each other.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean,
good.
yeah.
Like it's just
two of those. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Together.
By the time this comes out, they'll be there by now. You know.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good. Like that's something that's cool
Yeah.
because it's like it's obviously the community members that have made that super cool. So yeah.